Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the questions that matters to all of us. Where we come from, not just humans but all the lives. When I grew up, I heard about evolution and also the creation, which are all the religions and the God. For the evolution, I want to talk about why it doesn't work. First, the evolution talk about that humans and the other lives come from a single cell, just over a long time evolved from simple life to complex life. I think first it doesn't explain where the first single cell came from. Basically it can't explain something from nothing, because something has to come from something. And also, it's not just the lives like us, but also the things, the things that have no life. For example, gold, like this one, 1 ounce, year of the gold. This one from Australia. Where did gold come from? Gold can stay forever, so I don't think it evolved from something else. I mean, it has to be gold from the very beginning. So who put or someone or something, has to put the gold somewhere, and or in earth and also other place. So this one is 50 gram. 1 ounce is 31.1 grams, so this one has more gold. Alright. So gold are also used because I heard there are many stories about some aliens, they came to Earth before to take gold because they need gold to build their spaceship. Gold and other precious metals are industrial materials. You need this in your rocket, in your spaceship. Even in the computers, in the cell phones has some gold in a very small amount. So next point is the Anunnaki, which is the Middle East in today. If we look at the world, that place is in the Middle East. The first civilization called the Mesopotamia. That was the first recorded, and there are basically all the wall carvings. And they carved so many informations in there, like the distance from the pyramid to the sun. So long time ago, how can the people know about those things? But they write this, the answer is that God told them that, it's very simple. And then they say that God came from the sky. And for this one, Anunnaki is so many things, anyone should just study about it, online now. So, because now we have so many resources online. And the next one I want to talk about is the lizard woman in Sweden. This one in 1999. That's a man in Sweden. He met this lizard. You can say it's alien, but she said they are the original habitat of the Earth. So they lived on Earth before us. And that man, and he talked to this lizard woman, and then he told his friend, and they talked to this lizard woman again, so they talked twice. So this lizard woman, they think that they know the history of the Earth in the last 6,000 years, and before that they don't know because they were on Earth. They lived on Earth since 6,000 years ago. This is basically the idea that she said. I mean, it's not about we believe it or not. We just need to look at all the things there. Then we can decide, it's true or not. So also they live underground, which is great because we are not fighting their space, and the territory. Okay, now here, alright, I want to give away the giveaway from last videos, the two winners. First one is this, the Tokyo set. The winner is Davidson Tex. Also the Canon cameras. The winner is Monir Alam. Alright. So next point is the Buddhism. So I believe in Buddhism because Buddhism, it's not about God, but it's more like a philosopher, how people should live their life, what you should do, what's right, what's wrong, I think we all have a general idea of what's good and what's not good. For example, killing, stealing, scamming, very obvious, but people still do that every day. Especially in the Middle East, I think I met many people that they pray a lot, but they lie also a lot. Basically, every day they can just lie about anything. And I was quite shocked because I didn't know that people who believe in God would live this way, because when you really believe in God, you will actually mind your behaviors, what you do, what you say, because this actually may matter in your next life. At least that's how I feel. When I first realized that the possibility there is a God, I was a little bit scared, to be honest, because, we all did something or said something, that's not good. So we all need to think about it. And we don't want to ruin the chance, for a better life after this life, if there's an afterlife. And one thing I talk a lot with people is that, if let's say there is no God, there is no nothing, all we have is this one life. Actually, that case is very simple, so that means we can basically just, live this life. We just need to do well in this life and that's it. But, as I talk a lot is that, we have theory, we also have fact and evidence. There are three things. You can't just have a theory that you say there is a God or there is no God. There is afterlife or there is no afterlife. We need facts and evidence. And from all the facts and evidence that I have seen, that we have so many cases basically people who can remember their past lives. This is many people are in America, they are also in China, in different parts of the world, very different peoples. And there are actually one case in America very famous. He can remember all his past lives, which is 16, I remember. And he says that one life he was a slave in Egypt. When he lived in the Middle East, he saw Jesus Christ, because Jesus and the Buddha were real people lived on earth. We have so many evidence. I don't need to talk about them here, but we know that there are real people lived on earth. And also here comes to the reincarnation, which basically, before I don't believe any of this, but when I say all the cases, I believe, because facts and evidence, if something like this could happen, we have the case in China, basically, the people who suddenly lost their memories, who near died, then when he wake up again, he became a totally different person, and he can remember. So basically we're saying that someone else come to his body, basically, you can think like that, and he can remember all the life stories about another person, very interesting. So when I lived in the Middle East, the Muslims, they told me that in their religion, they don't believe in reincarnation. So they only believe there's only this one life, after this life, people go to heaven or hell, For this view, again, that's the evidence we have now contradict with this view. I think after this life, we have another life. And before this life, we all had different lives, okay? And in the Buddhism, they say that there are 6 ways, basically you can consider like 6 cycles of life. That's, when you became, some people became animals. That's not the situation you want to happen to you, okay? So, for heaven and earth, that I don't think they are just one place. Let's say for heaven, I think heaven, also hell, are many places. Let's say the places that are better than the earth, I will consider them as heaven. Because let's say you see so many people on the earth now, they already live a very bad life. Maybe they realize it or they don't realize it, but it doesn't matter, because we say that God, when He punishes people, people may not even realize it. But when you live this life, you suffer. It's very simple. And that's why I say that this life on earth is already hell for many people. So, hell is not people imagine like a very scary place. I mean, that could be the case, but I don't think heaven and hell are just one place, because there are so many other planets, even another universe. Those places could be heaven. Like now, there are the word they use in the videos I saw, they basically talk about the dimensions. Basically, they think that life has dimensions. Higher dimensions, the higher you go, basically, the better the life is. For example, we are a higher dimension than the animals. That's why all intelligence are very different from the animals. Okay. And that's why now I look all the religions as the same God. Okay, there's only one God, because the evidence is that long time ago in different parts of the world, different cultures and civilizations, they all recorded many same events. For example, the Great Flooding, which is definitely happened, and also other stories, how the aliens were fighting a few times. They basically, in different parts of the world, they draw pictures or they carvings on the wall. It doesn't matter how they make it. So, alright. Okay, this video is already long enough. Now, for this video, I will give away this Harley Davidson. I already made this one. Okay, this one, this one is empty now. But I have another one. This is brand new. Okay, I will give away this one for this video. All you need to do is subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. I see you next time.